Hey nerds, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to 12 Days of Nerdmas. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this Spongebob action figure by Super7. Okay, so as you guys know, I have a bit of a shaky history with Super7. So I pre-ordered this guy before I ever opened those Robin Hood Super7 figures last year. So this thing has been pre-ordered since the moment you could pre-order it. Yeah, I don't know. And then I forgot that I had them pre-ordered, and then they shipped. So I have this one, and I have a Sandy. There's also a Patrick, and I think a Squidward that I still have pre-ordered that don't come out until next year. So I figured, why not open up the Spongebob in 12 Days of Nerdmas so I can decide if I want to go through with those orders of the other two that are supposed to be coming, or if I want to cancel them and try to sell these. So the packaging is the same as the Robin Hood ones from last year. It's just this like interesting trapezoid shaped box, and then this one has SpongeBob's face real big. So when we pull up the sleeve, boom, that is SpongeBob in his little blister pack. You can see all the stuff that comes in there. And then on the back, there is another photo of SpongeBob, and then just a blurb telling you who SpongeBob is, just in case you don't know. All right, let's see. I like the background of the box. It gives very SpongeBob. That little like teak wood or whatever. Okay, in the first blister that's on top, we get a jellyfishing net. Now that's quite nice, if I'm honest. Little jellyfishing net there. It's an actual net. It can actually hold stuff. The weight of the net is very nice, like the pole itself. It's kind of bent at an angle automatically, but I'm really digging the net so far. And then we get an alternate hand for SpongeBob. So this one is blowing a bubble. So it's got a bubble wand in the hand and a little bubble coming off the end. All right, and then if we get to the main figure, he smells very plasticky. But here we go. This is the SpongeBob. He is larger than I anticipated for some reason. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. He has a little bit of tilt here in his body. You can see that. And then his legs do articulate quite a bit. So that's back, and then they go all the way forward. So he could almost sit. Not quite, though. And then his arms have a bit of articulation outward, and so do his wrists. They also, the arms go up and down. So that's pretty nice. No articulation like in the nose or the mouth or anything. And then we have an alternate head sculpt. So this one is SpongeBob with his mouth blowing a bubble, and he's wearing his glasses that he was wearing when he was blowing a bubble. And I think, no, when he was jellyfishing. So that's interesting. I'm pretty sure the glasses are from when he was jellyfishing. So maybe you put the glasses on this one, and then you can have him jellyfishing. And then this one is for when he's blowing a bubble. Speaking of jellyfishing, we have a little jellyfish included in the set. I think that's pretty cool. Not much to say. It doesn't move or anything like that. But is it a jellyfish that I could like rig up to look like it's kind of floating in the air, or put in the net like I have caught a jellyfish inside of my net. So that's pretty cool. Next, we'll look at the alternate hand sculpts. So it looks like we have a set of fingers that are like pointing, or they could be doing like a loser situation. I would kind of probably use them to point or something like that. Like when SpongeBob was like, yeah.
I knew you'd understand. Well, thanks for the start. I'm out of here.
But yeah, so there's two of those, one for each hand. And then there's another version of that, except he's only pointing one finger. There's no thumb out. And then we got two gripping hands, but on the gripping hands, the arms are bent. So I guess you could only be jellyfishing if like his arm is bent at a 90-degree angle, because these hands that are on the actual action figure are like karate chop hands or just hands sticking out. You can't like bend them or anything, so that's interesting. And then lastly, we have an alternate hand that is holding some bubbles. So obviously that would be paired with this hand that is blowing bubbles. That's it. Let's take a look at a couple of the other accessories that it comes with. It has 3 more things. This is my favorite accessory. So we have Bubble Buddy. I love, love, love this. Fun fact, I thought about making Bubble Buddy as a Funko Pop back when I was doing custom pops. I thought about trying to figure out how to use some resin and create a Bubble Buddy, but it just seemed like too much work, and I just kind of stopped doing custom pops as much. I say much like I did a lot of them. But yeah, I absolutely love that it comes with Bubble Buddy. I think that is so awesome. I would love to use him in photos not even related to SpongeBob. This guy was a jerk, but I love the little look of the character. Dang, I do, however, have a complaint. Bubble Buddy does not stand up super well. It took me like 10 tries to get him to stand up. And I felt like if I shook the table too hard, he would have fallen over. So, that's a bit of a negative. Next up, we have this thick-ass Gary. And I say thick because he's super heavy. But that is Gary the snail. He's just sitting there. He doesn't do anything. No articulation. And then lastly, we have Gary's food bowl. So it says Gary on there. It's got some food in there. I was a little confused at first because I didn't pull it out and see what it was. But just sitting there, it kind of looked like an army helmet for some reason. I don't know, but it's not. Just a food bowl for Gary, which I also find very interesting. Like, why? I don't know. Maybe instead of like Gary and his food bowl, or maybe just instead of the food bowl, I could have opted for like a Krabby Patty and a spatula. I don't know if there are other versions of SpongeBob by Super7. I love the fact that they have him jellyfishing, and I love the fact that they have him blowing bubbles. And Bubble Buddy, but I don't know, Gary and the food bowl kind of seem like a miss. So all in all, do I hate this figure? No. Do I love this figure? No. Do I think this figure is worth the money? Maybe. Maybe. More as like a statue than like an action figure. Like, I think it would look good just kind of sitting on your shelf in a pose or with a particular accessory. But for toy photography and stuff like that, I feel like he doesn't have the most articulation. His body is really big. He's hefty. He takes up a lot of space. So I honestly don't know if I would love him for toy photography. But just to sit on the shelf and look cool, yeah, I'd probably say it's worth it, because statues and stuff can be pretty expensive for like a small one with good detail. And this has pretty good detail, especially for it to be an action figure. Okay, on to the sock advent calendar, day 5. Okay, day 5 has another Valentine-y looking pair of socks. So these are pink, and once again, like yesterday, they have Minnie Mouse on them. Last time, Minnie Mouse was better to me. This is what the Minnie Mouse looks like this time. She has her bow covering her eyes, and her hands are actually like holding it over her eyes. So that's interesting. But the design, not really for me today. But that's gonna do it for me in this video, guys. If you like this video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And while you're down there, let me know in the comment section, what did you think of this SpongeBob Super7 figure? Do you think I should keep the Patrick and Squidward pre-orders, or do you think I should cancel them? And should I still show you guys the Sandy? I'm kind of interested in seeing the Sandy low-key, now that I've seen the SpongeBob and know what to expect, and hopefully no breakage. So let me know what you guys think. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay in the know of all the nerdy, and hit that bell notification. And be sure to share this video and my channel with anybody that you think may enjoy. But as always, guys, remember, keep it nerdy.